When timed correctly, Riku's Dark Aura grants you a Combo Plus or Finishing Plus for your current combo.
Gather! Thunder! 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 Thunder!
If you finish a forced or boss fight with Stalwart Fang as you leave Beast Limit, the game will crash.
Beast!
Get out! Beast, got me!
Beast!
Get out! Is this the end?
In the original Japanese release of Kingdom Hearts 2, Trinity Limit's finisher was incorrectly based on your high score plus 1, allowing you to eventually hit enemies 999 times every time you use Trinity Limit. You can skip this cutscene trigger before facing Xemnas.
Light! Let's go! Yeah! This is it!
Kingdom Hearts 2 has collision data specifically for the camera to prevent the player from seeing through walls. You can see why this was added when forcing ourselves into cutscene only areas. However, Square did miss a few spots in the main game. They especially did a bad job in the Cave of the Dead entrance. And if you're wondering why there's anything behind the giant door, it's because there's a gap to look through during the Cerberus boss fight. In a previous video, I stated that Mushroom 2's projectiles are incorrectly redirected after using a single person item in Master or Final form.
Okay!
This is also the case for Xigbar and Data Xigbar, where it is actually a detriment to the player.
Light! Okay!
Oh yeah? Yeah! 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 Yeah!
On the PlayStation 3 version of Kingdom Hearts 2.5 English, the game will crash if you go into limit form before activating the face down reaction command.
Come closer.
Light!
Reverting also won't save you.
Come closer.
If you speak to an NPC with a text box, just as you revert from a drive form, the game will crash. If this happens on an NPC who has a text box followed up by a pop-up, you can delay the inevitable by not leaving the menu. But you will eventually have to face your doom. In the HD remasters of Kingdom Hearts 2, the save point glow is continuous, whereas in the PS2 releases, the glow stops once the party is fully healed. Locking onto a world or gate unlocks the warp ability for the Gummi Ship. By switching targets, you can traverse the map much faster. In the Proof of Existence area of The World That Never Was, there are panels for each organisation member, represented by that member's weapon. However, Zexion's panel is very damaged, making it impossible to see his weapon. While this may just look like a stylistic choice, this was actually the only choice Square-Enix could make. This is because Zexion was not depicted with a weapon in Chain of Memories, choosing instead to fight Riku with illusions. Of course, Zexion did eventually receive his weapon, the Lexicon, which debuted in KH2 of M over a year later. Something that wouldn't have been possible without the extra time the team afforded themselves by keeping Zexion's weapon ambiguous in the Proof of Existence. The Valley of the Stone in the Cave of Wonders has floating shapes above the room. However, one of these is placed too close to the playable area and will phase straight through Sora, ruining the illusion. The Betwixt and Between command menu is different depending on your language, with most languages receiving the coloured translucent command menu. However, when playing in the Japanese language, players receive a grey translucent command menu. In a previous video, I stated that switching between Genie's drive forms while casting a magnet will cause the magnet to be placed on Genie.
Gather!
The same is also true for the Thunder finisher. Riku's healing ability will heal more when he has item boost equipped.
Sora! Sora!
The PS2 releases of Kingdom Hearts 2 have several unused songs within their data. The first set of songs you will recognise as they are from Kingdom Hearts 1. I will only play small snippets of them since you don't need to hear the whole thing. It's not all unused KH1 music though. Port Royal has unused versions of both its field and battle themes. Knights of the Curse sounds almost identical to its used counterpart, so we'll skip straight to where the unused song diverges from the original. On the other hand, the unused version of He's a Pirate is almost indistinguishable from its used counterpart. As a result, I'll only play a small part of the used and unused song, specifically where you can most easily hear the difference. I recommend listening for the cymbal, as that sounds the most different for each song. Our next three tracks had their instrument files deleted, meaning they cannot be heard in-game. If you want an in-depth explanation of how KH2's music system on the PS2 works, I recommend watching my previous video. The first of the three tracks is Oopsie Daisy from Kingdom Hearts 1, where it has been shortened in length. Next, we have the Kingdom Hearts 1 version of Dive Into the Heart, which also features modifications and was covered more thoroughly in my previous video. Lastly, we have one song that can never be truly restored. Music299.bgm is an original song based on the girl from Madain Suri from Final Fantasy IX. Due to only having the song's melody, fans have recreated what they believe the song could have sounded like. However, since the melody is up for interpretation, each rendition sounds somewhat different. So that's it for this episode. If you enjoyed the video or learned something new, please consider subscribing and dropping a like. If you think you know anything of interest for this series, comment them down below or reach out to me on my socials. Thank you to my channel members, Matheos and Red Hue Column, for their continued support, and thank you, the viewer, for watching. I wish you all the best.